You won't believe the latest news shaking the NFL to its core. The Pittsburgh Steelers have just pulled off a signing that could completely reshape the dynamics of the NFC East, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire league. ESPN has officially confirmed the blockbuster move, and fans everywhere are losing their minds.
The Steelers' roster has undergone a transformation that many experts didn't see coming, and the implications of this signing are massive, not just for Pittsburgh, but for the teams in the NFC East, who now have to rethink their strategies entirely. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement, a game changer that signals the Steelers are serious about climbing back to the top and reasserting themselves as one of the NFL's most formidable teams.
The man at the center of all this chaos, none other than Darius Slay Jr., a defensive powerhouse whose career has been marked by jaw-dropping interceptions, lockdown coverage, and a relentless drive to dominate opposing quarterbacks. For years, Slay has been one of the most feared cornerbacks in the league, and now he's bringing that intensity to Pittsburgh.
His presence on the field alone has the potential to alter the way teams approach passing games, especially those powerhouse offenses in the NFC East. Think about it. Slay is the kind of player who doesn't just cover his assignment. He changes the entire rhythm of a game, forcing quarterbacks to second-guess their decisions, and often leading to costly mistakes.
His move to the Steelers is a strategic masterstroke, and it's no wonder fans are already speculating about how many turnovers he could rack up this season.
For Steelers fans, this is the kind of news that gets hearts racing. The team has been in a rebuilding phase, and there have been questions about whether they could compete at the level needed to challenge the elite squads in the league. Now, with Slay on the roster, those doubts are being erased almost instantly.
Imagine a secondary anchored by someone of his caliber. Opposing offenses now have to account for a shutdown corner in virtually every play, which opens up opportunities for the rest of the defense to make plays and create turnovers. The ripple effect is enormous. Not only does it bolster the Steelers' defense, but it also gives their offense more breathing room, knowing that the defensive side is anchored by a player who can flip the momentum of the game in a single play. This move isn't just about the immediate impact on the field. The signing of Darius Slay Jr. sends a clear message to the rest of the league. The Steelers are back, and they are willing to make bold moves to get there. Front offices across the NFL must now reassess their game plans, particularly teams in the NFC East like the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and Commanders.
These are teams that have relied heavily on their passing games, and now they have to navigate a secondary that just got a massive upgrade. Analysts are already speculating about how quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Daniel Jones will adjust their strategies when facing a defense that now features one of the most elite cornerbacks in the game. This isn't just a ripple, it's a tidal wave, and the NFC East will feel the effects all season long.
The signing also highlights the Steelers' aggressive approach to roster building. In recent years, the franchise has focused on cultivating a mix of veteran experience and young talent, and adding someone like Slay perfectly exemplifies that philosophy. It's not just about talent, it's about leadership, mentorship, and a winning mentality. Darius Slay Jr. brings all of that and more.
He's known for his professionalism, his ability to elevate the players around him, and his knack for making big plays in high-pressure situations. Younger cornerbacks and defensive backs on the roster now have an elite model to learn from, someone who embodies the mindset needed to succeed at the highest level. This move will likely have long-term benefits for the Steelers, not just this season, but for years to come. Of course, the reaction from fans has been instantaneous and intense. Social media platforms are exploding with reactions, and the excitement is palpable. From Steelers Nation in Pittsburgh to NFL fans across the country, the sentiment is unanimous. This is a signing that could redefine the season. Fans are sharing highlights of Slay's best plays, debating how many interceptions he could snag, and imagining the kind of defensive dominance that Pittsburgh could exhibit with him on board. Analysts on ESPN and other networks are already breaking down film, projecting how the Steelers' defensive schemes will change with Slay in the lineup, and predicting the potential ripple effects across the league. The buzz isn't just hype. It's backed by a player who has consistently proven he can deliver at the highest level.
This isn't the first time the Steelers have made headlines with a surprising signing, but it might be the boldest in recent memory. Bringing in a player of Slay's caliber is a clear indicator that the team is serious about contending and that they're willing to make moves that demand attention. For the NFC East, it's a wake-up call. Teams that may have been counting on a softer schedule or favorable matchups against Pittsburgh will have to rethink their approach entirely.
The strategic implications are enormous. Suddenly, games that were once expected to be relatively straightforward could turn into defensive battles, with Slay playing a pivotal role in determining outcomes.
But let's not forget the human element in all this. Darius Slay Jr. isn't just a phenomenal athlete. He's also known for his charisma, leadership, and ability to rally a team. His arrival in Pittsburgh brings an energy that goes beyond X's and O's. Locker room chemistry, team morale, and on-field communication all benefit from having a player of his stature. Teammates have often spoken about how he motivates others, pushes them to improve, and creates a competitive environment that encourages excellence. For a Steelers team looking to regain its dominance, this is exactly the kind of influence that can tip the scales in their favor. And when we talk about the broader impact on the league, it's impossible to ignore how this signing will influence draft strategies, free agency moves, and even coaching decisions. Other teams will now be assessing whether they need to make adjustments to counteract Pittsburgh's newly fortified defense. Coaches will be designing plays specifically to avoid Slay's coverage, while general managers may start seeking comparable talent to ensure their teams remain competitive. The ripple effect is enormous, and it underscores how one strategic signing can shift the balance of power across the NFL. What makes this move even more exciting is the timing. Coming off a season where the Steelers showed flashes of brilliance but ultimately fell short, adding Darius Slay Jr. demonstrates that the organization has learned from past mistakes. They are doubling down on their strengths, shoring up weaknesses, and sending a message that mediocrity will not be tolerated. It's a move that energizes the fan base, excites analysts, and puts pressure on rivals to keep pace.
For those following the NFC East, the ramifications are clear. Dallas, Philadelphia, New York, and Washington now face a defense that has upgraded dramatically, one that is capable of changing the outcome of games with a single play. Quarterbacks who have grown accustomed to certain passing windows will now have to think twice, and coaches will need to adapt on the fly. Every game against the Steelers becomes a chess match, with Darius Slay Jr. as the queen on the defensive board, dictating the flow and creating opportunities for his teammates. In short, this signing is about more than just one player joining a team. It's about strategy, influence, and the potential to reshape an entire division. Pittsburgh is sending a clear signal to the league. They are back, and they are a force to be reckoned with. The Steelers' commitment to excellence, combined with the talent and leadership of Darius Slay Jr., sets the stage for a season full of anticipation, drama, and unforgettable moments. Fans are already counting down the days until the next game, imagining the spectacular plays, the critical interceptions, and the defensive dominance that Slay will bring. Social media is buzzing, sports analysts are dissecting film, and the entire NFL landscape is taking notice. The signing of Darius Slay Jr. isn't just a news story. It's a defining moment for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the NFC East, and the league as a whole. The excitement, the anticipation, and the sheer energy surrounding this move can't be overstated. Pittsburgh has made a statement, and every team in the NFC East and across the NFL will have to respond. Darius Slay Jr. joining the Steelers is a game changer in every sense of the word, and the ripple effects will be felt throughout the season. From thrilling on-field moments to strategic shifts and playoff implications, this signing is shaping up to be one of the most impactful moves in recent NFL history. If you're a Steelers fan, now is the time to celebrate. If you're an opponent, it's time to strategize. And for every NFL fan, it's time to buckle up, because the drama, excitement, and intensity are about to reach a whole new level. Pittsburgh has just upped the stakes, and Darius Slay Jr. is the key to their next chapter of dominance.